Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, here we are down here. BDS East Butler. Let's change East to East Butler, shall we? Can we do that? We can do that. East Butler and BDS for the CRC Boys third place game at the York City Auditorium. Thanks for joining us this afternoon on StriveSports.com. We are about 15 minutes behind schedule, but that's okay. Actually, we're not. Yeah, they say an hour and a half. It should be an hour and 45. East Butler. What about E. period Butler? E space Butler? Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, that might work. I like that a little better. East Butler and BDS in the boys' third place game. Both these teams, of course, they have played once already this year. Back on December the 2nd, BDS won a matchup 53-41 on the 2nd of December. And it was a matchup that we wanted to see, a couple days before that could have been between the football teams. BDS, the D2 champs, East Butler, the D1 champs in the football gridiron, and about to be a feature on Sunday at 4 o'clock. Hey, let's mention this now because we have BDS and East Butler people watching. Be watching the Strive Sports Facebook Live at 4 p.m. on Sunday. This Sunday, 2 days from now, 4 p.m., we will have the debut of a championship journey, 2 days in Lincoln. Excited about it. It's done. It's ready to go, and we're pretty stoked about it. It's going to be really cool, and I promise you, you're going to love it, especially if you're a Tiger or an Eagle that you might be watching for both in this game. We are kind of looking over everyone and getting the starting lineups as they go, and going to introduce the non-starters first for East Butler after they've already gotten through BDS. The Eagles, 13-5 on their season under head coach Greg Schroeder. He takes over for a longtime coach Fred Cluck, and we're going to see Dean Philippi for the Exeter Milligan boys. Fred and Dean been coaching in Bruning and Milligan for literally a lifetime. I know it's 35 years for Dean, and Fred probably wasn't too far off of that himself. So it would just be fun to watch these two in this ball game, and the all of the history that BDS has had in Bruning, and then Bruning Davenport with Shickley along in there too. BDS, a relatively new school, 2010 when they joined forces to I shouldn't say they're not a school, they're two schools still. Oh man, got ahead of myself for a second. But the co-op of athletics has been very good, obviously. Football has seen tremendous success. Basketball, boys and girls. Track has been great. Everything's been great athletically. For the Eagles in the black and the East Butler Tigers in the white. Third place boys of the Crossroads Conference basketball tournament is underway, and it is Holden Stengel winning the toss right to the hoop for the layup and in. Well, that did not take long for a 2-0 lead. The starters for East Butler, Carter Stera, Taylor Jervovsky, Jaden Reynolds, Trevor Havlovitz, and Jacob Yannick. It's Yannick with it on the right wing. Along the baseline to the far side, that was Carter Stera. On the wing, that is open for Jervovsky, and Taylor Jervovsky knocks down the three-pointer for East Butler. So a basket apiece in the early going here. John Christensen with a skip pass to Norder to Stengel. First offensive set, if you will, for BDS. Pass was tipped, but Beavers tracks it down, and now Anthony turns, kicks it out. Christensen, Norder. Caden hesitates down the lane. A little floater with left hand, no. Got it right back, though, to the rim. That shot no good. Havlovitz the rebound. Garrett Shart, the other starter out there for BDS's program, came flying in. Was that Holes? A foul on BDS. Going to get Stengel for his first. Reynolds gets it into the corner. Now that's Stera with it. Man-to-man defense for BDS. Reynolds picks up his dribble, gives it back to Yannick. Jacob stops onto the wing. That's Jaden Reynolds with it. Into the corner for Stara. The screen from Havlovitz. Stara, nice move with the left hand, cannot finish though, and Stengel with the rebound. Here comes BDS, down one, their second offensive set, if you will. It's a long possession there for East Butler. Zone look for East Butler. They swing it around the outside to the Eagles of BDS. Norder lines up, long three, knocks it down for Caden Norder. 5-3 our score. BDS with the lead, East Butler with the basketball. Girls championship coming up at the conclusion of this game. That'll be Exeter Milligan taking on the BDS Eagles. Shot in the corner is blocked by Stengel out of bounds as Reynolds tried to put it up. And now we're going to see Camden Robley into the ball game for Stara. Camden had himself a semifinal, 3 touchdown catches. I'm sorry, we're going to talk a little bit about football. I mean, these guys are very good at football. And we're going to get an offensive foul away from the ball here. Jaden Reynolds going to be whistled for his first and the team's first. Taylor Anderson into the ball game as well for BDS. Taylor had 10 off the bench last night in the semifinal loss. 62-59, BDS lost to Giltner. BDS with a couple losses, 5 losses on the year. But you go to the Mudecas tournament. They lost to Fall City Sacred Heart in double overtime, a game that they had maybe a couple of chances to win but couldn't find a way to get it done. Stengel picks up his second foul there. Christensen back in along with Kellen Reinch for the first time he is in the ball game. (5-3) our score, 4.5 minutes to go, opening quarter. That girls' third place game that was won by Meridian, 68-42. That was we were up and down the floor quite a bit. Good shots right away, and so far in this one, not so much. As Reinch secures the rebound there for BDS. Just slow going. Both teams probably prefer the football game a little more. As Beavers puts up a shot, gets a tap on the arm and knocks it down anyway. On the foul for Robley. Camden with his first, team second, and Anthony Beavers with a chance at a three-point play. Does not go, though. Robley with a rebound. 7-3 our score. Yannick top of the key onto the right side for Jervovsky. That's Reynolds top of the key. Havlovitz gets the position underneath, can't get the shot, but a foul on Kellen Reinch will send Trevor Havlovitz to the free throw line for a couple of attempts. Mentioned it earlier, BDS won the matchup between these two schools back on December the 2nd, 53-41. So familiar with each other as far as players' positions. One guy that we don't see out there, Carson Dixon, not in the lineup. And we didn't see him warming up either for BDS. I know the flu bug has hit a lot of people in a lot of schools in the state, and not sure if that's the issue or not, but Carson not in the lineup for BDS. And you know what happens on December the 2nd, a lot could change between December 2nd and January 26th, right? Havlovitz clears that rebound after the missed shot by Norder. So for the most part, the same guys, but guys playing differently now than they did back in December. That foul called on Taylor Anderson, his first, team's third. Oh, a pass thrown right to Beavers. Anthony has it, then blocked by Robley. Where did Camden come from? Holy cow. 3 rebounds already off the bench for Camden Robley here in the first quarter. And by the way, that turnover was the only turnover so far in the game we've seen from either side. Tried to get it on the block. That one, as soon as I mentioned that, another tip and a steal. Good defense down there in the post as Havlovitz had some good position. The pass was deflected. Now Anderson goes baseline, gets stuck, called for a travel. Well, that's called broadcasting. As soon as you mention that, it's been very clean, we haven't seen turnovers, bang, 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 3 in a row. Yeah. Garrett Sharp back into the ball game for BDS. We also see number 4, that is Jackson Grote, into the game. Speaking of Grote, we'll see Megan in the Eagles next, taking on Exeter Milligan. Megan had 6 threes in the ball game last night, including 20 points. Reynolds to Havlovitz in the corner. Long 2, and it's good by Jacob Yannick. The first 2-pointer of the game for East Butler, and we're all square. It's 7 apiece. Not see many extra point kicks in 8-man, but so far that's kind of where we're at. Reinsch along the baseline, double teamed there, throws it up top. Grote for 3, swishes it home. Instant offense off the bench for Jackson Grote, and BDS back in front with 1.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Yannick on the right wing. Guarded by Beavers, he traveled with it too. In for BDS comes Caden Norder. And Carter Stera in for East Butler. Also in for BDS comes number 2, Logan Schroeder. So 1:13 to go here in the opening period, a 3-point BDS lead. Oh, Norder throws it between Christensen's legs. Good hustle by John, but he cannot catch up to that, and that will be the second Eagle turnover. Looking down low, there's Havlovitz. Trevor fouled as he goes up with a shot, and we'll get a couple of free throws. Caden Norder picks up his first. And the first of 2 good by Havlovitz. 2 points for Trevor so far. He's 2 of 3 at the line. Now 2 for 4 as Sharp pulls down that rebound. Two-three zone, that's where East Butler has stayed defensively so far in this game, and it forces a little stutter step there from Norder for the 3rd BDS turnover. Jared Dvorak into the ball game for East Butler. First time we have seen Jared. He's a 6'3" senior. Out there on the wing, guarded by Shart right now. 30 seconds to go, first quarter. Stera, nice drive, got the layup to go. Finished it with a left hand. Reinsch tried to step in and take the charge. No whistle either way. And East Butler, was it 10-10? Should be 10-9. 2 seconds left. This is Christensen at the 3 at the buzzer, and John had not taken a shot before then and knocks it down promptly. End of one, 13-9, I think it should be. We'll double check that and come back for the second quarter after this.
My name is William Scarf. I'm a diesel tech here in York, Nebraska for Truck Center Companies. Before I started working here, I helped a smaller mechanic shop, and I did some work here and there. And then I started working on some engines at home in my shop. And then that's when I kind of got my jump with diesel. I've liked the experience they're giving me, the hours they're able to give me, and just the training and all the accessories. Pay is good, benefits are wonderful. Basically, they offer basically all benefits. Pretty happy that I was able to find it so quickly, right after high school. Basically, it was really jump right into it, and turns out to be a really good place to start a career.
All right, so the scoreboard here in the gym says 13-10 BDS over East Butler. I can't figure where I should be. I have 9, which is what our scoreboard says, as that shot was no good. Unless one of these was a 3. You know, Jervovsky's was a 3. Nobody else hit a 3. Yannick was definitely a 2. Anyway. Shot no good there. Shart with a rebound and a foul. Garrett going to get a couple of free throws. Shart already with 3 rebounds. Shart scoreless so far until he makes that. Just the second free throw attempt of the game for BDS. And they're now 2 for 3 at the foul line. So 15-10 our score. Let's go ahead and give East Butler that extra point until we figure out what's going on there. On the block, that's Yannick, a nice spin move, but he cannot get the shot to fall over Beavers, and Anthony pulls down the rebound. Christensen in the corner. John apparently only shooting 3s in today's ball game. He's 2 for 2. 1 at the buzzer, and a timeout has to be taken by East Butler as time was running out on the 5-second count trying to get this thing in. That lets us let you know that we must say a huge thank you to our advertising partners on StriveSports.com. That includes Cornerstone Bank, Truck Center Companies. There's Cornerstone Bank. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. And Nova Fitness Equipment. Boom, boom, boom. It is their financial contributions that make it possible for us to come to York for the CRC tournament and go to Beatrice from the Mudecas tournament, go to Utica next week for the Southern Nebraska Conference tournament. We do some wrestling. We kind of do a little bit of everything. We do game of the week, and football for 9 weeks. Sometimes we do a doubleheader. That's been fun. So their advertising dollars greatly appreciated. Put out podcasts. We do the Why I Coach podcast this year. Has been a lot of fun to do all of that, and articles as well. 18-10 our score. Minute and a half gone by here in the second quarter. BDS trying to lock down defensively. Yannick top of the key for Havlovitz. Trevor pops a 3 and knocks it down over the top of Garrett Shart. Havlovich with, I've got him for 5. I'd be curious to see what the official scorebook says. Christensen on the wing. Onto the block for Stengel. Holden, little hesitation. His shot no good. Havlovich the rebound. That's the 3rd board for Trevor. The Tigers down 5. Reynolds to Yannick to Havlovich. Robley on the wing. Into the corner. Good rotation. Reynolds can't hit the 3 though. And the rebound for Christensen. 2-3 zone. This is where East Butler has been. Norder lines up the skip pass. No good. Offensive rebound, though, for Garrett Shart. And then kind of a foul on Taylor Jervovsky of East Butler. His first and the team's 3rd. Kellen Reinsch along with Taylor Anderson back into the BDS lineup. Anderson with his dribble to Beavers on the baseline. Drive and a kick. Norder kind of mishandled it for just a moment. Now here comes Anderson down the lane, blocked by Havlovich. Here comes Reynolds on the run out after the rebound. Jaden, offensive foul. It was a good idea. He's just a sophomore, still plenty to learn, but the athleticism is most assuredly there. He checks out, does Jaden Reynolds, and Carter Stera checks back in. BDS's lead is 5 with 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. A little high-low, tipped and stolen away. Stera comes up with the loose ball deflected by Yannick. 4th BDS turnover of the first half. Yannick looking low. There's Havlovich. He's got position. Can't hit the shot, though. The rebound off of East Butler. Oh, Trevor's going to want that one back when he looks at it on film. Christensen came over and just made him think about it for a split second. Right before he put the shot up. Onto the block, Beavers. He has a tip from behind, and Robley comes up with a deflection. Yannick, another deflection. Results in a steal for a teammate. Havlovich on the wing. Driving a kick. Trevor tries to get it back, but is fouled from behind by Kellen Reinsch. So that is 2 on Kellen. That is 5 on BDS and 5 also on East Butler. In for BDS comes Nolan Weber, 6'1" sophomore. Stera, quick shot on the inbounds, no good. Beavers the rebound. Norder across the timeline, into the corner. This is a 3 that is up and just strong from Taylor Anderson. Robley with the rebound. That is 4 boards already in the game for Camden. Yannick, a 3 in the left corner. He knocks it down. 5 points for Jacob Yannick. And we've got a 2-point contest, 18-16 with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Anderson, a dribble drive. Leaves it for Beavers against the 2-3. Onto the block. Little turnaround, little baby hook that time from Nolan Weber. And he brings instant offense off the bench. Just like Jackson Crow back in the first quarter, Weber gets his first points and pushes the lead back to 4 for the Eagles. Under 3 minutes to go in the opening half. Man-to-man is what BDS has been in defensively this whole game. And that pass from Stera, a little fast maybe for Havlovich, and it's a turnover, the 5th of the first half for East Butler. Garrett Shart back into the ball game for BDS. Got some more subs waiting to come in at the next dead ball. That is Shart with it on the left wing. Christensen turned, the elbow shot no good. Stera the rebound. And then taken away. And into a double team, a foul on the floor. Going to be called on Yannick, his first, the team's 6th. Nolan Makovica into the ball game for East Butler, replacing Trevor Havlovitz. We also see, that's Logan Schroeder back into the game for BDS. Shart with a strong move to the rim, and Garrett puts it up and in. He's got 4 points, and the lead is 6 for BDS. At the top of the screen, you see one of the girls' teams filtering in. BDS and Exeter Milligan in the girls' championship coming up at the conclusion of this one. Garrett Shart picks up his first, team's 7th, so a 1-1 here for Nolan Makovica. Shart pulls down that rebound. A pass deflected and stolen away again. Yannick comes up with a deflection that ends up in a steal for a teammate. That time it was Makovica that picked up the loose ball. Stara turns the corner, throws it along the baseline. Now Makovica with a cut to the hoop, high off the glass. He missed it though, in the defensive rebound for Weber. Back into the corner, a 3 goes up and good by Logan Schroeder. BDS heating up. 25-16, their lead is 9, their largest lead of the game. Minute 18 to go, first half. Makovica to Stara, to Yannick. Makovica back on the block, little jump hook with his right hand, and it's good by Nolan Makovica. Nolan, a 6-foot sophomore for the Tigers. Under a minute to play, first half. Norder has his pass deflected, got it back. Anderson, double teamed there in the corner. Stara knocks the pass free and then throws it off of Schroeder's leg, and it lands back out of bounds. Now the officials might talk. Did that ball land back out of bounds? They're gonna change that. I was wondering. It was a great play by Stara to turn and try to throw it off of Schroeder's leg. He did. Unfortunately, the first thing that the ball touched out of bounds was Stara, so it will stay with BDS with 30 seconds to go. John Christensen hit the 3 at the buzzer of the first quarter. He is on the left wing now into the high post as Caden Norder has his dribble. Logan Anderson has it. And a timeout for BDS coach Greg Schroeder with 8 seconds left. And they're going to take a full timeout. Well, Austin, why don't we take a full timeout as well? Or at least play some music. BDS by 7 when we come back. Seven-point BDS lead. They've got the ball on the inbounds on the far sideline there. Anthony Beavers and the Eagles trying to have a good play out of the timeout. Norder gets his screen, dribbling to his left, hop step down the lane, off the glass, he banks it home. And that is how we will end the first half of play. BDS got to be happy with the execution there as Norder puts in the basket to push the lead to 9. Biggest lead of the game for BDS. And we will go to the halftime locker room. The Eagles up by 9 on East Butler. We'll come back for some halftime stats and a game recap, including the previous game, the girls' third place game with Meridian and Giltner. That is coming up next.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
My name is William Scarf. I'm a diesel tech here in York, Nebraska for Truck Center Companies. Before I started working here, I helped a smaller mechanic shop, and I did some work here and there. And then I started working on some engines at home in my shop. And then that's when I kind of got my jump with diesel. I've liked the experience they're giving me, the hours they're able to give me, and just the training and all the accessories. Pay is good, benefits are wonderful. Basically, they offer basically all benefits. Pretty happy that I was able to find it so quickly, right after high school basically. It was really jump right into it, and it turns out to be a really good place to start a career.
What makes the CRC tournament special? It doesn't matter your record or where you're ranked. When you enter York City Auditorium, all bets are off. Where the underdog always has that chance. Where the third grader sits in the balcony and dreams about lifting the trophy just like their hero down on the floor. Where a quarterfinal game can sound just like Championship Friday. And where Friday's championship games with fans of 13 conference teams converge to create a standing room only environment. Where sitting in the cold locker room, the anticipation builds. And you can feel the weight of expectations in the gym below you. Where every year state champions point to this tournament as the one to kickstart their title run. It's CRC Championship Friday on Strive Sports.
Well, that means we're back for the second half of action here at the Crossroads Conference Basketball Tournament. My name is Eric Allgett, and joined now for the second half, and for as long as he wants to put a microphone on, I guess, by Hampton. How many hats do you hold at Hampton, by the way?
Whatever it takes to get the job done, Eric. It doesn't matter. It's all one hat, I think. It's a big hat, I guess, some days.
It's a big 10-gallon hat for Tim Holes. And Tim, thanks for coming with us today and lending a voice for a little bit here. We're beginning the second half between BDS and East Butler for the third-place boys game of the CRC tournament. And right away we get a turnover. Carter Stera picks up a loose ball on the turnover for BDS. BDS with 8 players that scored in that first half. Trevor Havlovitz gets free for an easy basket for East Butler. For the Tigers, they were led by Havlovitz and Jacob Yannick. Each had 5 in the first half. So a little bit... 2 quick turnovers for BDS. Suddenly our 9-point game is down to 7. But Tim, CRC tournament, it's York City Auditorium. It is always so much fun, and we love coming here every year.
Yeah, it's great. I've been in the CRC now. This is my 4th year. And what's great about this City Auditorium is just the atmosphere alone is great. The history alone is great. But it gets loud in here quick. So right now with these games and being early afternoon, I mean, the fan base isn't quite here. You still have parents that are at work, so on and so forth. But it gets loud in here quick, and that's what makes it so fun.
Shart pulls down that rebound after the turnaround shot by Jaden Reynolds. Garrett Shart with 6 rebounds now in the contest. He had 5 back in the first half. To the high post. It ended up going to the low post, and Stengel with a chance at an and one after he was the right place, right time kind of guy. Carter Stera picks up his first personal, the first team foul of the half against East Butler.
Looks like East Butler's still in that 2-3 zone, which they finished up with in the first half, which is great. Obviously, they looked a little outmatched, maybe both athletically and maybe size-wise. So zones are tough. Zones are tough. They're tough defenses to adjust to, and if you're really good at it, they'll work. And I think East Butler is good at it, and we'll see if that they'll continue that zone, and we'll see if it gets out of hand here, Eric. Because if it does, they might have to switch that defense up.
Right. That but hitting a 3, but like Jaden Reynolds just did, forces a 30-second timeout for BDS and Coach Greg Schroeder. So they're going to talk about some things, perhaps defensively there as well. The thing about playing zone, I've heard that it's been said that if you play zone on defense, well, it's just lazy way to play defense. You got to teach a kid how to play defense. I actually grew up playing a zone myself and have seen a zone work enough that if you work a zone correctly, it's just as effective and it's just as hard to play that defense as it is to play man-to-man. Because if you're matching up with it, you still got to know, you probably have to know a little bit more than just playing man-to-man.
You are right, Eric. And the thing is, it's with the rebounding situation too. It's tough sometimes if you're not playing man to box out a man. You have to find a man because you're actually guarding an area. But no, it looks like East Butler's doing a good job with it.
Yeah, obviously East Butler has played some zone before.
Yeah.
Stera with a shot that's no good, but a good hustle play by Jurvovsky keeps it alive. And then a foul called on Anthony Beavers, his team's first of the half. Reynolds to toss it in, does to Havlovitz, right back to Jaden in the corner. Now get it to Havlovitz on the block. Well, he had Shart one-on-one for just a second. Now Reynolds pops up, knocks down the long 2. Jaden Reynolds scoreless in the first half, but he's got 5 quick ones here in the third quarter. The lead down to 4 for BDS. They led by 9 at the break. Beavers left baseline. One dribble, picks it up, goes right back to the right side. High post, Christensen out for Sharp for three. That's an air ball, but right to Stengel, who can't hit from close range, and Yannick clears the second rebound.
And coach can't be disappointed in regards to that set on that offensive end. They were very, very patient. Good cut in the middle, had a great look on the outside, and actually had a great rebound and two good looks. So the coach shouldn't be too disappointed about that.
BDS has been man-to-man on their defense throughout the game. We get it to Havlovich, back into the corner. Stera fires up the three, no. And that is Norder with his first rebound of the contest. Throws it ahead for Stengel. Holden has his pass to the wing deflected by Jaden Reynolds. That's going to let Camden Robley check in for East Butler.
Well, and Eric, we were talking about, zone defense, compared to man defense. Regardless, we know these two teams can compete,
right?
Based on what they've done on the football field in the last couple of years. So we've got, two very, very competitive teams here on the court.
Cross court, picked off. Yannick picks off that pass. For as many deflections as Jacob has had that ended up being steals for teammates, good to see him just step in and snag that one. Big opportunity here for East Butler, down by 4. Reynolds with his dribble, guarded by Stengel. Now Yannick on the wing. It's a screen from Havlovich. Yannick all the way underneath the hoop, kicks it in the corner. Jervovsky pulls up, long two is good by Taylor Jervovsky. He's got 5, and it's a 2-point game all of a sudden. BDS with the lead in the basketball, but the momentum belongs to the Tigers. And Tim, I've talked to just enough guys and girls that have played in this CRC tournament and played in this auditorium to know that as we get a foul on Robley there, you heard that defense chant from some East Butler parents across the way. Not a big East Butler crowd.
You can see on your screen too. Right. There's not a whole lot of people there.
About 10 of them, not in the bottom section, but right above that first level there.
Yes.
And it started to ring just a little bit with no more than 5 or 6 people hollering that out.
Yep.
Foul on Robley is his second, team's first of the half. BDS still that 2-point lead. Norder on the wing, hesitates, goes baseline. Robley recovers. Now Anderson with a dribble drive. Over the top of Havlovich. No.
It's another good possession right there, Eric. I think they're doing the right things. They're dribble driving, they're ball faking, they're skip passing. I mean, that's what you need to do if you're going up against a zone. So again, coach can't be disappointed in it. They just need to make those shots.
Nolan Weber, who checked into the game, picks up that foul. It's his first and the team's second of the half. Yannick in the corner, tries to get it down low, maybe a little late, and Weber steps in for the steal. First turnover of the second half for East Butler. They still trail by 2. Norder fakes on the 3, drives, left it, and it was swatted out of there by Havlovich. I think Norder might have been actually trying to dump down a pass. Now Caden will just fire the 3,
and that's a nice shot.
That's more like it for Caden Norder, his second 3 of the ball game. He's got 8 total points. And for BDS, it pushes the lead back to 5. It ends a little scoring drought that they've been stuck on. And onto the block, Havlovich had the position, and they call a foul. Taylor Anderson was already preparing himself for a box out as he tried to move Havlovich out of the way. That is the 3rd team foul of the half on the Eagles. That inbounds was deflected by Anderson, stolen by Norder. Here comes Caden, backside pass for Christensen. Well, a couple of possessions, down 2 and a chance to tie or take the lead for East Butler, and they come up empty on both. BDS extends the lead. Havlovich's 3 is no good, and it's out off of Jaden Reynolds. So remember this little sequence of plays. Sequence of 4 or 5 possessions here for both teams to take what was a 2-point game and push the lead back to 7 for BDS. Sharp, dribble drive, kicks it out for Anderson. Up top, that's tipped, stolen away. Here comes Jaden Reynolds, and Jaden fouled on the floor. East Butler fans wanted an intentional, but I think that was a good job there to make sure you reached for the ball.
Yeah.
Came across there, didn't just reach out and grab jersey or anything like that. So a good no call, if you will, on Caden Order, just a common foul. And he did it soon enough. It wasn't on the shot, so an inbounds.
It was a good, clean foul.
Yep. Reynolds goes up top for Jervovsky. And he draws a foul on Norder. So 2 quick ones on Caden. Makes it 5 against BDS and 3 against Caden. And he comes out. Jackson Grote into the ball game. Quick shot, that's Reynolds, no, and Beavers the rebound. We're going to get Jervovsky, I believe, for a foul on the rebound. His second, team second.
I think that was a good shot by Reynolds there on that inbounds play. I mean, sometimes I'll say an open shot is a good shot. I think that was an 8-foot jumper. I think he may have rushed his shot a little bit. But that's something that can be coached next time out. Hey, just take your time on your shot. And you can hit that.
Strong drive by Garrett Sharp. He gets the shooter's roll. On the rim that I noticed when we were getting here set up, Tim, and as cool and nostalgic as the York City Auditorium is, I couldn't help but notice that the rim on the end that BDS is shooting on is missing one of the loops for the net. And
that could be the case why he may have missed that shot too, right, Eric?
I don't know if it was, but it was just something I noticed. I was like, that net looks like it's a little bit off-centered is what it looks like. Yeah. Well, it's because 2 loops of the net are going into one hook on the actual rim. There is a complete hook missing. So anyway, see funny things that if you didn't listen to this broadcast, you would not know that.
And that's what makes you great, Eric. You notice those things.
Reynolds with 6 points in the game, all of them in this quarter. Yannick gets a breather as Makovica is into the game for East Butler. The Tigers down 8, but a second free throw for Reynolds is good, and Jaden's got 7 points. Jared Dvorak coming in. Camden Robley comes out. 40 seconds to go, third quarter. BDS led it by 9 at halftime. They had it trimmed to a 2-point lead at one point, and have opened it back up a little bit here.
And if I'm not mistaken, Eric, I think a lot of those points for BDS were on transition points. Am I correct?
You would be correct. This is a rebound for Stara, coast to coast. Blocking foul, count the baskets. Christensen maybe a little too far underneath the hoop when he planted his feet to try to take the charge. And the basket counts for Carter Stara. So big free throw here from Stara, no, and the rebound for Nolan Weber down in the corner. So important defense if you're East Butler, and a big chance for BDS here. Oh, nope, threw it away for a moment. Now it is Makovica that comes up with it. 9 seconds left. Hands it back to Reynolds. Jaden on the wing, 3 seconds, 2, cross court, baseline Stara, no at the buzzer. We go to the fourth, a 5-point BDS lead when we come back to the CRC basketball tournament.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com. Uh-oh. We're going in and out on our stream, huh? Oh, we're at 8%. Is it your charger? Oh, no.
Oh, we got to do that on
Okay, well, the recording will be good. East Butler, that's Jaden Reynolds for a three at the top. He knocks it down. Jaden Reynolds, all his points in the second half. He's got 10 of those in a 2-point game again, 36-34. BDS with the lead in the basketball. Norder, an answer? No. Robley the rebound.
Maybe a little too quick on that shot.
Camden Robley, no points, but 6 rebounds to lead the Tigers in that regard. He's got it at the top of the key, guarded by Christensen. Now they want it on the block for Havlovich. Trevor, little fadeaway, no. Tip shot by Yannick, no. And Holden Stengel clears the defensive rebound. Two-point game again. Norder on the wing to Christensen in the corner.
Again, BDS doing the right thing here. Dribble drives, ball skips. Just doing something different every time. Whoever catches the ball, they're doing something different. Make the defense move.
And BDS coach Greg Schroeder says, well, back up a little bit.
Yes.
Let's the time is our friend. Still plenty of it as Christensen then.
That's a great shot.
And as soon as I say that, Christensen with an open three. John's got 3 threes. He's got 11 total points. Pushes the lead back to 5 for BDS. Eagles have trailed for, about 20 seconds in this ball game. Way back in the first quarter on when Jurvovsky hit a
Good
three.
dribble drive.
Yannick dribble drive, no. Christensen the rebound.
I noticed East Butler is not running any sort of set offense. It's kind of a motion offense. And what's great about that, Eric, it's, number one, it's hard to guard. And two, it's a sign that you have players that know the game of basketball. They know when to screen away. They know when to dribble. It's fun to watch that sort of offense, in motion where there's not really a set type of plays, but they're just kids that know how to play the game of basketball.
Right. Good skip pass. That's Sharp along the baseline, and Garrett knocks down the mid-range jumper. Garrett with 8 points now in the game. 41-34, so it was a 2-point game for just a little bit, then 5 straight now to start things up in the fourth quarter for BDS. 5:20 to go in the fourth.
And this is an important possession right here. Every possession is important.
Right. In the corner, that's Jaden Reynolds with it. Gets a screen, comes down the lane. That was maybe partially blocked by Beavers, and Norder clears the rebound. Here comes Caden.
Good decision.
Shart has it along the baseline. Long skip pass up for Christensen. John pulls up at 14. He rattles it home. Oh boy, nice shot there from John Christensen. 5 points in the quarter. And a timeout here for East Butler. That's is a nice little run, though, to take what was a 2-point game and open it up to a 9-point game. 7-0 run here by BDS, and a full timeout taken by East Butler. We will as well here on Strive TV.
Right, Austin. Need you right here. Ready?
I'm on CYA. I'm not.
Okay, get.
Earlier this afternoon, Meridian defeated Butler in the consolation game of the girls division. Immediately following this game, there will be a presentation of team plaque and medals to the winner of the consolation game. And the 6:30 game for the championship of the girls division will begin right place at 6:30 between number 3 seeded BDS and the top seeded FC Butler. Game pattern expected at this point to be at 6:30.
BDS girls are coming up next. Expecting a 6:30 start there. For the girls' championship, as BDS will be taking on Exeter Milligan. Eric, I'll get Tim Holes on the microphone with you. 4.5 minutes to go in this one. Stara has a pass deflected but tracks it down. Now Reynolds in the corner for a three. It skips off, and a foul on the rebound on Christensen is going to leave it with East Butler. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be a 1-and-1, in fact. It is. And it will send Havlovich to the foul line.
Well, coming out of the timeout, that's what you want, Eric. Either you want a good shot or you get on the foul line, an opportunity to get some points without running any time off the clock.
But a misfire, and the defensive rebound for Holden Stengel. Christensen's got it on the wing. A 7-0 run right now by BDS. After the three from Jaden Reynolds made it a 2-point game to start this quarter. BDS has though, that, like we said, that last 7. Christensen has done the work, and now it's a 9-0 run, and Christensen has 7 of those 9. Big players make big plays in big games is what I've been told. John is one of those big players. The lead is 11, just like that for BDS. Reynolds up top, throws in the corner for Havlovich, right back to Jaden. On the wing, Jervovsky. Yannick open for a three, skips off, no good, and order the rebound. Caden's third rebound of the contest. BDS in no hurry, up by 11 with 3 minutes to go. This is the boys' CRC third place game as Reynolds comes out with a foul. His third, it's just the 4th on the team though in the second half, so East Butler can stop the clock, but they're not going to put BDS at the line for a little bit yet.
Good decision by Caden. By Caden Order, just hold the ball up here, have him come out and guard you. You can tell now that East Butler's now in a man-to-man.
Yep. Order guarded by Reynolds. Stengel with it, guarded by Havlovich. Down the lane comes Anderson with a right hand. He missed that one, and Stara pulls down the rebound. Carter brings it into the front court. Stops, gives it to Yannick. Over to Reynolds on the right wing. And up top, it's tipped. Taylor Anderson, we can't give him the steal, but we can call it a forced turnover. And they'll get the foul on Reynolds, and that's 4 on Jaden. Garrett Shart in for BDS, Camden Robley in for East Butler. Not the first time these two teams have played basketball this season. BDS won back on December the 2nd, which seems like it was 3 years ago right now. 53-41 on that night. This is Weber, has it blocked by Havlovich. And they're going to call a foul on Stengel on the rebound. And Havlovich will go to the foul line at the other end for another 1-and-1. That's the 9th team foul on BDS and the 3rd foul on Stengel. Scheduled for a 6:30 start in our girls' championship between Exeter Milligan and BDS, and it looks like we'll be able to hit that time, I would think, unless something goes crazy here in 2:03.
It is the CRC tournament.
It is where
crazy
anything
things,
can happen.
Yep, crazy things can happen.
Timeout for BDS. I believe it has to be a full time. Well, they're calling. BDS leading by 10. We'll have the a back end of the 1-1 for Havlovich coming up. Like we mentioned, though, also tonight, the girls' championship is next. Exeter Milligan taking on these BDS Eagles. Earlier today in the girls' third-place game, it was Meridian running away from Giltner, 68-46. 5 girls from Meridian in double figures. Yes, Tim, as a broadcaster, I was rooting for fun little anecdotes like that. Didn't care if it was Giltner or Meridian. Somebody wanted to do it, so Meridian did it. Yes, I was openly rooting for it, though. That was fun to see, though, when you get 5 girls in double figures.
A coach loves to see that, too.
Right. So the back end of the 1-1 here for Havlovich. Makes it a 9-point game with 2:03 to go. The full court press is on for East Butler. Sharp breaks the press by himself, brings it up the far sideline. Robley comes over for the trap.
With 2 fouls to give, I would probably start, thinking about fouling there for East Butler.
Christensen finds Stengel under the hoop, and Holden lays it in. 6 points for Stengel, and the lead is 11 now. Down the lane, Reynolds' shot will not fall, and Sharp with a defensive rebound. Garrett Sharp, 7 rebounds in the contest. That leads everybody. Now Norder burning some time down. Bounces it to Sharp in the corner. Foul on the floor here on Havlovich. First personal foul for Trevor, just the 5th on East Butler. And Yannick coming back in. He will replace Stera. Norder takes the inbounds. Fouled quickly by Havlovich, so that is foul number 6. Actually, no, excuse me, that is 7. And it is a 1-1 here. And a timeout for East Butler. Nope, got to be a full. That's why I was confused before. I marked down a wrong timeout before. That has happened as well. Is our battery percentage going back up? And our stream is going good again? Wonderful. Do we need to assign you an Asana for that for Monday? Switch. CRC basketball tournament here on StriveSports.com, brought to you in part by Truck Center Companies, Nova Fitness Equipment, and Cornerstone Bank, our advertising partners that make it possible to bring you coverage from the Crossroads Conference Tournament, the Southern Nebraska Conference Tournament. That'll be coming up next week. We'll have semifinal and final action from Centennial High School. We were at the Mudecas Tournament 2 weeks ago down in Beatrice. We'll be helping out with some district wrestling coming up in a couple of weeks.
You guys do district wrestling too.
York is hosting one. North Bend is hosting one. So that's a little bit more consulting than it is me broadcasting or anything like that. But something that we'll add this year. The NSAA regulations on live streaming were changed at the end of the last school year, so it has been made better for schools to do some of those streams. So we'll do some consultation work with schools on how best to show some district wrestling. So be looking for that coming up that second week of February. Reynolds missing on that 3 as Sharp tracks down yet another rebound. That is 8 of them for Garrett in the ball game to go along with 8 points as well. 50 seconds left to go in this one. It looks like BDS is going to improve to 14-5 on their season. East Butler will be 12-7 with 2 of those losses to these BDS Eagles.
Just a timeout to get some of the younger players in.
Yep.
Let them experience the CRC tournament atmosphere.
Yep. And the other thing I noticed, and here, I found out about the rim because we got here early enough and had everything set up. Actually found a ball and shot around a little bit on the floor. It's such a unique look at the hoop, especially if you're, we have mostly D1, D2 schools in the CRC. Got a couple that are bigger, Cross County, Shelby, Rising City. But for the most part, when you look at a basketball hoop in those small gyms, and I haven't seen Hampton's new one, by the way. I need to come over there.
It's amazing.
I've seen some Twitter pictures, but
yes.
But you look through that glass on the backboard and you see a wall 99% of the time.
Yep.
Not at the CRC tournament.
Yep.
You've got bleachers, actually not bleachers, you've got seating behind one hoop and you've got a red curtain and a stage behind another end.
You're right.
So that's a little different.
Yeah, you're going to have a different look each half.
And then you've got one hoop that doesn't have the hook on the rim, and you've got a 5-second violation here. So it's just that's the first turnover for BDS, by the way, in the fourth quarter. That's how you secure and hang on to a lead. So again, trying to get something going down low. A lot of younger players haven't seen a ton of time in this game. Out there right now for both sides. Along the baseline, that shot was put up. It's put up by, missing here. There we go. Jacob Schwarzengerber put up the first shot, and now
Isaac Kamler,
a 6-foot junior. Because all these kids from BDS are like 6 foot or taller.
Very athletic.
Caden Order is short at 5'11", right?
Yeah.
Schwarzengerber and Grote at 5'9". Not too many guys under 6 foot and know how to grow them down there in the southern part of Fillmore County. At the buzzer, that would have counted on the shot by Austin Pierce, but at the final buzzer, it is BDS 50 and East Butler 36. They will shake hands, some plaques handed out, and the girls' championship game on the schedule at 6:30. Tim, do you know if will we stay on the 6:30 start for that then? Probably.
We would.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll have a little pause here. That might actually let us stop the stream and let some of our equipment cool off for a few minutes. So we'll let you check out the plaque presentation here, and we'll get you the final scoring after this.
I'd like to present the team plaque and the individual medallions to BDS and the first treasurer and his players. Congratulations, third place finish for BDS. If the people like to come down and take team photos of the BDS or for East Butler, either one, please feel free to do that. It'll be approximately 10 to 15 minutes before this clock starts for the next game.
So the final count for the third place boys game of the Crossroads Conference basketball tournament, BDS wins it 50-36. Remember, this was a 36-31 game at the end of 3 quarters, and then Jaden Reynolds hits a 3 to start the fourth quarter. It is a 2-point game about 45 seconds into the fourth quarter. And from there, it was all BDS. And Tim, they did exactly the types of things they needed to do. It didn't come in a hurry, but that 9-0 run went, we went from a 2-point game to 11-point game, and that was all she wrote really for BDS.
Yeah, when East Butler went to that man, you understood now why coach had them in the zone, because when they went man, then BDS obviously built upon that lead.
Final scoring and rebounding. First for the East Butler Tigers, their season record now 12-7. Carter Stara with 4 points and 2 rebounds. Taylor Jervovsky 5 points. Jaden Reynolds with 10 points, all in the second half, and 1 rebound. Camden Robley did not score but had 6 rebounds. Nolan Makovica with 2 points. Trevor Havlovitz 9 points, 6 rebounds. Jacob Yannick 5 points and 2 rebounds. Just 8 turnovers in the game for East Butler. Usually you'll take that on most nights. 8 turnovers, pretty solid handling the basketball. For the BDS Eagles, Anthony 2 points and 4 rebounds. Caden Norder with 10 points and 3 rebounds. Logan Schroeder 3 points. Jackson Grote 3 points. Nolan Weber with 2 in the ballgame. So still 8 guys scored for BDS. And that happened in the first half, and that's kind of where we ended up then for the fourth quarter as well. So final score, BDS wins at 50-36 over East Butler, and they take third place of the CRC championship, or CRC tournament, I should say. The championship for the girls, set to start at 6:30. So we will stop our stream for about 15 minutes or so, and we will be back around 6:15 when we will start up the stream again for us here on Strive Sports. It's BDS and Exeter Milligan for the girls championship coming up on StriveSports.com.